All right, day 6 update. About 1,400 miles in on our giant Idaho, Montana back roads loop through both of these states. We'll plan about almost 2 weeks total, a little over 2,000 miles in this giant loop. We had our first night of accommodations. Been camping out for 5 nights straight. Got a room at the Cougar Canyon Inn in Monarch, Montana. Finally, once you get in the heart of the state here, you can get reasonable rooms at reasonable rates. We're looking off to the north of the trail here, up in the mountains just outside of Monarch today. So we came up through Wallace. Our last update was through Wallace, and then I gave you the update up there on the lookout tower yesterday. Wallace got us into the north end of the state. The north end of the state is very crowded and busy and touristy this time of year, and a lot of public lands have been shuttered to the public up there in that section of the state up there by Glacier National Park. We found a lot of the trails did not connect and go through. We found a lot of closed gates. So really, to do a great loop through Montana, I would recommend not going to that corner of the state and staying down here in the heart of the state where there's better access to public lands. But there's still, plenty of forces at work to prevent you from gaining access to public lands as more and more private owners come on the scene, and environmentalists and all sorts of different factors. Here comes Jenny Morgan now, popping up the road here. Just a couple of ATVers out for roam here in Montana. So answer a couple more questions you had about these bikes. These are the CRF 300L. I got a lot of comments about Itchy Boots. This is not really the same bike that Itchy Boots is riding. Itchy Boots is a very popular YouTube channel that's probably the most popular channel for dual sport motorcycling on YouTube today. She's an international traveler, crosses across countries and continents, and right now she is on a CRF 300 Rally. That's the rally bike. That's a bigger, heavier, more expensive bike than this. This is the 300L non-ABS model. Why did we choose the L? Because we want to do more off-road work. We just came up some really steep, rocky Jeep trails that would not be so suitable for the rally bike. The rally bike is bigger and heavier, got a lot more plastic on it. It does have additional fuel range. So speaking of fuel range, like I said, we're doing 200 to 250 miles a day because for the most part, the roads are pretty smooth and straightforward. You can maintain a pretty good turn of speed until you hit some of these trails. Turn my key off here, kill my battery. And so back to the 300L has only got a 2.1 gallon fuel tank, but it's getting 80 miles to the gallon. You can motor down the freeway at 60 miles an hour on these and still get 80 miles per gallon. Much above 60 miles an hour, you don't have wind protection. It starts wearing on you. You can get up to 70 or so miles an hour, and then the fuel mileage is going to start dropping off. But incredible fuel mileage. But it's this gas bag from Giant Loop. This is the 1 gallon additional fuel bag that gives us the additional range and capacity. There's another 80 miles of range right there. So with the 2.1, well, the neat thing is all this adventuring, you kind of spend all day out here and only burn 3 gallons of gas. I mean, that's just, as John Mitchinson says from Rally Raid, the inventor of this, or the engineer behind this suspension, the creator of it, cheap as chips. It's just real economical fun, and especially if you're camping out, your budget for this is just cheap. So that's how we're able to get the fuel range out of these things. And yes, we can go down the freeway, but we choose not to go down the freeway on these bikes. We're always on dirt tracks all across Idaho and Montana. So thanks so much for your support of this channel and allowing me to take this little break to go out here and do a little adventure riding like I haven't done in a while. Hopefully everybody's out there flying safe and riding safe. See you here.